Welcome back to Leopard Farm, everyone. Black bears aren't just big, powerful animals. They're incredibly smart, too. Give one a puzzle to solve, and it'll often crack it faster than we could. For years, farmers have thrown everything they've got at keeping these clever bears out of their crops and livestock. Once black bears discover your corn or soybean fields, the destruction starts fast, and it's often irreversible. Crops get trampled, devoured, or ruined overnight, leaving farmers with serious losses. So how do we keep these powerful animals in check? Hunting an adult black bear in dense forest or steep mountain terrain is anything but easy. It demands sharp tracking skills, physical endurance, and a toughness that most people just don't possess. It's a serious pursuit that tests even seasoned outdoorsmen. But for committed hunters who take on the challenge, and for the farmers and rural communities who depend on it, a well-managed bear hunting season is incredible. It allows us to maintain healthy bear populations, prevent overcrowding, and reduce ongoing conflicts, so people and these impressive animals can coexist without constant crop damage or safety risks. For those truly dedicated to the sport, black bear hunting is tough, rewarding, and essential. You'll venture deep into dense, overgrown forests, scramble up steep and rocky slopes, and endure harsh weather, sometimes for days or weeks at a time, all while chasing an animal with an uncanny sense of smell that can detect you from miles away long before you can lay eyes on it. These bears are remarkably intelligent, extremely wary, and experts at melting into the wilderness without a trace. That's exactly what makes bear hunting so demanding. Every close encounter requires immense patience, strong survival skills in the backcountry, and true courage. This is why science-based hunting regulations matter so much. Wildlife agencies don't pick seasons out of thin air. They carefully design them around a bear's biology, behavior, and population health to ensure sustainable management for generations to come. Spring bear hunts typically take place right after bears emerge from hibernation when they're hungry and actively searching for food. Fall hunts, on the other hand, coincide with a hyperphagia stage, a period when bears eat non-stop to build up fat reserves for the harsh winter ahead. Bear hunting is about much more than bagging a trophy or filling a tag. It's one of the most effective tools we have for managing healthy bear populations across the country. Regulated hunting helps protect farmers by reducing damage to crops and livestock. It lowers the chances of dangerous encounters when big 400-pound bears start showing up in suburban backyards. Every year, state wildlife agencies set careful harvest quotas, usually between 700 and 1,300 bears, to keep populations stable, avoiding overpopulation while ensuring plenty of bears remain for future generations. Regulated hunting plays a key role in keeping bear populations healthy and balanced across our ecosystems. By working with wildlife biologists to set smart hunting seasons and limits, we prevent overpopulation, reduce human-wildlife conflicts, and protect the habitat that supports countless other species. At the same time, this time-honored practice keeps America's outdoor heritage alive for hunters and nature lovers alike. In 2025, with new technology and fresh ideas on the table, is carefully managed hunting still the best long-term solution? Or could cutting-edge non-lethal methods, like better deterrents, relocation programs, or advanced habitat management, deliver even stronger results? I'm genuinely curious what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Welcome to the vast farmlands of Germany, where a quiet crisis is unfolding. Wild boars, smart, bold, and relentless, are ravaging crops across the countryside. These powerful animals charge through fields, uprooting rows of corn, wheat, and potatoes, leaving behind millions of dollars in destroyed harvests every year. For farmers, it's a constant battle to protect their livelihoods from this growing invasion. A determined group of hunters has stepped up to fight back, turning each outing into a high-stakes operation. With adrenaline pumping and rifles ready, they track these tank-like beasts through dense cover, knowing one split-second mistake could let the boar vanish into the underbrush. Stick around, you won't want to miss the intense moments, and at the end, I'll ask you to vote for the most heart-pounding one of the day. We were hunting wild boar in the wide open fields of Brandenburg, Germany, alongside Kevin's crew. They'd gotten there before dawn, forming a tight circle of hunters and beaters to make sure nothing slipped through the line. The air was thick with tension. Everyone knew how unpredictable and dangerous these animals could be. Then, out of nowhere, a massive boar exploded from the brush and charged straight toward Nick. There wasn't a second to spare. Nick swung his rifle to his shoulder and fired. The sharp report echoed across the field as the big boar collapsed instantly, vanishing into the tall grass. It was a perfect shot, quick, clean, and dead on, exactly what you'd expect from the group's top marksman. For a split second, the rest of the boars froze, as if stunned by the sound. Then they scattered in every direction like an explosion of muscle and fury. The sun hung high in the sky, pounding down with relentless heat, and Kevin's heart raced just as hard. His team didn't hesitate. They slipped quietly through a gap in the fence into the adjacent field and took up their carefully planned ambush spots. They'd rehearsed this move so many times it felt second nature. Ten minutes later, J-Scope spotted them. A herd of wild boars rooting through the fresh dirt to the east, acting like they owned the whole place. He locked his sights on the biggest one, a massive, trophy-worthy beast that made any hunter proud. One clean shot rang out, and the giant boar dropped instantly, its legs kicking once before going still. Jay hit the signal button to kick off the chase, but the rest of the herd had already vanished into the dense brush. There was no time to swear about it. They had to move fast. He tuned the radio for a steady, calm voice updating the team's positions. The boar was pushing northwest through thick cover, moving fast and unpredictable. Using the tracking collars they placed earlier that week, the hunters quietly tightened their circle, closing in without spooking the animal. Time dragged on, every second stretching into minutes, until suddenly, just feet from where Kevin lay hidden, the brush erupted in chaos. A massive lone boar burst out, grunting in panic, charging blindly straight into the heart of the kill zone as it desperately tried to escape. One clean shot rang out. The huge boar dropped instantly. Threat eliminated. Crops saved from devastation. Another successful hunt in the books. The fields were secure. Just a few miles away in Lower Saxony, the quiet war against crop-raiding wild boars continued. James crouched low at the edge of a dense strip of tall grass bordering a field of gold, ready to harvest corn, his rifle steady and ready for whatever might come crashing through next. Her eyes stayed locked on the inky darkness ahead. All of a sudden, a massive sow burst from cover, charging straight at her with fangs flashing like she owned the whole woods. The instant the boar cleared the thicket, Jane didn't waste a second. She eased back on the trigger, and the sharp crack of the rifle rolled across the open ground. The hog dropped in her